Hey, it's Mike. I'm back. I'm going to do some Vinyl Finds updates today and some concert updates. Um, and I think that's it. Talk about the prizes that I got in a contest I recently won. So let's get to it. This first record, these are Vinyl Finds here. This first record I'm going to show is, I think, Brian at Embryonic Robot. It's not the easiest thing to remember all the time, but Embryonic Robot up in Canada. Brian's a great channel up there, vinyl community. I guess friend of mine. We comment on each other's posts a lot. He's a big fan of this artist, and this is my favorite of this artist, and I've finally had this on vinyl. It's my favorite Leonard Cohen album. This is called Ween, the Pod. And if you don't understand that that's a joke, this album cover was based on the Leonard Cohen Best Of album. And Ween just took a picture of one of their buddies or whatever, this guy called Mean Ween, and put his face over Leonard Cohen's face. And he's got this kind of nitrous oxide mask over his face. So this is Ween's second album. It was released back in 1991. This is when I came into the Ween discography right here on their second album. Friend of mine was really into them, and she told me to listen to this, and I loved it immediately. Of course, I'm like really into stuff like the Butthole Surfers, and this to me reminded me a lot of that kind of vibe. Stoner rock, strange noise rock, just funny, crazy, chaotic music, and I loved it immediately, and went out and bought it on CD. I didn't have it on vinyl. I had this CD here on Shimmy Disc Records, and never owned it on vinyl, and they've just finally well, they've re-released it before, but this is the latest reissue. And I snagged it because I've been looking for it for a long time. When I first started collecting records again over the pandemic, I would see this record on record shelves in people's videos. I'm like, oh crap, I want to get a copy of The Pod, and could never find it, and it was ridiculously expensive. So now it's out. This is called the Fuscus edition. I don't know what that means. I'm sure there's some stoner terminology or something involved in it, but it came on this really nice colored vinyl. I'll show that in a second. This is a gatefold. It's got the artwork there, the vertical gatefold action there, a little boognish on the bottom, and then a little story about the making of this record on the back. Anyway, love this album. Ween, the Pod. The Pod is the nickname of the apartment that they lived in where they recorded this. Very lo-fi recording, but really awesome. As far as songs that I love on this, Polo Asado, Dr. Rock, Captain Fantasy, Molly, Can You Taste the Waste? Awesome Sound is my favorite off of this album, and probably one of my favorite Ween songs. Laura's really good, Mononucleosis. They actually, both of the boys, Dean and Gene Ween, the members of Ween, they both suffered mono while they were in the place recording this. So that, and then Pork, Roll, Egg, and Cheese. That was the first song I think that was played for me off of this album, and I immediately loved that song, and that's what got me hooked on Ween. So let's see. So yeah, that's a new, it just came out like a few weeks ago. This is the colored vinyl. It's really kind of cool. It's brown with this kind of beige kind of intrusion of color into the brown area on the wax. That's the first one. It's a 2-disc set, and this is the other one. It looks really nice. So what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so it was released. I bought it off of their website, and of course it was in the record stores like 2 weeks before it arrived in the mail for me. It always works that way. Either I buy it either I wait for it to come out in the record store and everybody's already gotten it through the mail, or I order through the mail and the record stores get it before I get it in the mail. It's just it's like waiting in line at the grocery store. You always pick the slowest line, no matter what. I always pick the slowest line. So anyway, that's Ween. Love it. Awesome. Go check if, I don't know. Ween is a really difficult band to recommend to people because they're not for everybody. But I absolutely love them. This next reissue I found, this was like really hard for me to find. Rush's ninth album, Signals. They put out a bunch of these reissues a few years ago. And I have like the originals of a lot of these records back in the early 80s. And I wanted this one because mine's kind of beat up. The one that I bought when it came out is really kind of beat up and it's got some water damage. So I wanted to get one of these newer reissues. And this particular one's really, really hard to find. Even like in the resale market, looking on like Discogs and stuff, it was really hard to find a new unopened copy. They were all like used, and there was either the new ones had damage to the corners or whatever, or the used ones. I just wasn't interested in getting a used one. I wanted a brand new one. So now I have like an original that's like all beat up that I've had since I was a kid, and then a brand new shiny crisp new copy of this album. I love this album. It came after Moving Pictures, a lot more electronic, new wave, kind of very futuristic sounding back in 1982. But I absolutely love this album, and I love it more and more. I was kind of disappointed after Moving Pictures when it came to this, and I didn't think it was a really great direction for them to go to. I wanted more Moving Pictures, more of the proggy rock kind of guitar stuff. But I've really grown to really appreciate this, and I love it right up there with some of their older stuff. Came with this little two-sided insert. My original copy is like a hard cardboard sleeve, inner sleeve for the record, but these new reissues just come with a two-sided printed insert. And then the record came in this nice archival sleeve, which is cool. And yeah, this is my original. It's all kind of water damaged, beat up and everything. You can see right there, it's seen a lot of love and wear over the years. And if you can see, oh my gosh, it never works when I'm doing videos, but you can see the difference in the coloration too, like this old one versus the brand new crisp copy. Yeah, so the inner sleeve was like a hard cardboard insert, and then the record itself, nice and flimsy, not the 180 or 150 gram vinyl that they do all the reissues on nowadays. So that was like a grail for me. Like, it was so hard to find a copy of that, but I finally found one brand new and ordered it as soon as I saw it. They came out with like a 40-year anniversary, like they're doing with all their Rush albums, and they did one for Signals, and they had like this deluxe box set with all this crazy stuff that I'm not going to spend $150, $200 or whatever for all that. I really just wanted the record and a live album, but they didn't put a live album out with this set like they did with Moving Pictures and Hemispheres and Permanent Waves. They put live albums. This one, Signals, did not come with a live album. So I'm like, I'm not buying any of this special stuff. I just want the record. I just want a new copy of the record. But for whatever reason, when they released it, they didn't release a regular studio version of the record, like a reissued, remastered, whatever. They put out a picture disc of it. I'm like, I don't buy picture discs. I'm not going to buy a picture disc of Signals. I want the record itself. So finally found one. It's a reissue from a few years back, but finally found a copy. So super happy with that. All right, if you've been watching my channel, you've been noticing that I've been collecting this music by this band. This is the last album that I needed, last studio album. This is their fourth studio album. It's called Down by the Jesus Lizard. Last time I saw them in concert was for this tour. This came out in 1994. I was in Louisville, Kentucky at the time, and I went and saw them at, oh, I forget the name of the place now. It's off the top of my head, but it was a really cool show. And this is the last album produced by Steve Albini. Steve Albini's famous producer, produced In Utero by Nirvana. They produced Surfer Rosa by the Pixies, that dude. He was a member of Big Black, the genius behind Big Black. So he produced this album. It's the last one that he did. Here's the back of it. It's a gatefold. It's got the lyrics and the painting. This guy who did this painting here also did the painting on the cover of the album before this, called Liar. Anyway, Love Jesus Lizard. I don't really know this album that well. I've been listening to it streaming for a while, and now that I have it on vinyl, I'll be listening to it on vinyl. But I'm just happy to have the whole Jesus. I need to get the first one, Pure. It's like an EP that Steve Albini also did. I need to get a hold of that on vinyl. But other than that, and there's some EPs out there. There's live stuff. There's other records. But as far as studio albums go, I've got all 6. So came with a cool 4-page insert, all kinds of, I guess, stories about the recording of the record and live stories, I guess. Again, I saw them on this tour. It's really, really awesome. And then just black vinyl here. What is it, on Touch and Go? Yeah, Touch and Go Records. Next one. Now this one was something I've been eyeing for a while, and was waiting for the price to come down, and bam, somebody on Facebook in a record collector page or whatever said, hey, this is available. It's a box set. It's available, and it's only $25. It's like less than half price. So I ran right out and got on Amazon, and it was there for 25 bucks. And you can't even get a single album most of the time for $25. So I was really happy to get this. This is Prince and the Revolution Live. This is the Purple Rain tour. This was recorded at the Carrier Dome in Syracuse. And it's really awesome. I've seen this like on video before, really bad quality. Apparently they've remastered or redone the DVD or whatever, and they have it out on like Blu-ray, and it's been vastly improved, the video quality. But it's a 3-record set, and it's got all the songs from Purple Rain plus a lot of their earlier stuff, Little Red Corvette, 1999, a lot of earlier stuff on here, but mainly I want it for the Purple Rain content. And this is so I said this is a 3-record set. It comes with this really nice little photo booklet of all these pictures from the show, and pictures of the band in general. Really awesome. Nice little booklet there. And then the records. This is record number 3. And this is what the back looks like. They are on... There's a little... Oh, this is just from the paper. Yeah. Oh, okay. That's just the seam. Sorry. That's just the seam from the paper insert. It's polyline sleeve, though. But, so there's nothing on the inside but the polyline, black paper sleeve with polyline, whatever. But anyway, this is record 3. And this is record 2. Sorry, I'm going in reverse order. I hope it's not disorienting. And this is record 1. There he is. I really regret never seeing Prince in concert. I would have loved, of course, to have seen this tour, if of any of them. But yeah, so this is a nice 3-record set of a amazing, unbelievable live show, and a 20-minute long version of Purple Rain. And it's this box set, and it was only 25 bucks. It's awesome. Beautiful. It's still still in the shrink, brand new. Really awesome. So anyway, those are my vinyl finds that I have to show. And next I will talk about, let's see, I won a contest. Low Noise Jason Skills ran a contest for like, talk about your favorite, most memorable concerts. And I won that contest. And I showed in my last video, or one of my recent videos, what he sent me. And I didn't know anything about him. I hadn't listened to them because I did an unboxing right there in the video. So now that I've had a chance to listen to them, I'll briefly talk about them. This is a 5-song EP by a band called Scientists. They are out of, where are they out of? Toronto, I believe. Let me check my notes, sorry. No, I stand corrected. They are out of Perth, Western Australia. And listening right away, the guy's voice, his name is Kim Salmon. His voice reminded me immediately of Lux Interior, of the Cramps. And then the more I listen to the music is very Cramps influence. So to me, that's just the essence of what the scientists are like. To me, are the Cramps. Really liked it though. I love the Cramps, and you can't fault a band for sounding like a great other band like the Cramps. So imitation is the best form of flattery. So I think it's awesome. So really cool 5-song EP from the Scientists, or just Scientists. This next one is called The Bitters that he sent me. Another garage post-punk kind of band. It was really hard to kind of describe it. All I know is that I immediately loved it. 5-song EP here as well, and it's called, what is it called? Have a Nap Hotel. And it was very hard to find information on the internet for this. It's not in they're not in Wikipedia. But they are out of Toronto, Canada, and again, 5-song EP. What they reminded me of a little bit is like early Sonic Youth. I don't have like thousands and thousands of records, and I don't have this like wide range of music listening experience to where I know like all these thousands of different bands, and I can pinpoint exactly what this sounds like. But to me, in my world of music, they sound like Bad Moon Rising era Sonic Youth. Really good female vocals. I think maybe male and female. I don't remember, but I definitely remember the female vocals. But really like this a lot. This is my favorite of what Jason sent me. He also sent a CD, and this is called Dada Pogrom. And they are out of, or he is out of Reykjavik, Iceland, or at least that's where he's based out of. And this is like electronica. Reminds me of like Kraftwerk, of like Gary Newman, early Depeche Mode, and a band that I really love, a more modern band, Ladytron. Really just modern, very cold electronic, but very just really good, like nice melodies, like nicely structured songs. Really a great listen. I really enjoyed this. So thank you again, Jason, for all this great music that you sent me. I love it. So the next thing, I'm really excited. As much as I've been bitching in my last videos, and I do it a lot, and I really don't mean to, but this past year, 2023, was like a really shitty year for concerts in Phoenix. Like all the bands that I wanted to see, not all of them, but a lot of them that I wanted to see, just for whatever reason, they went around Arizona. They hit all along the coast of California, which every band does. I totally get that. But then they would do like Salt Lake City, they would do Albuquerque, they would do Denver. They would just skip around. And it's like, here's this city, this metropolis in Arizona called Phoenix. And there's all these different places. There's Glendale, there's Tempe, there's Scottsdale, there's Chandler. There's a lot of different venues all over the valley to play concerts at. And the bands are just not like, they just weren't coming here for whatever reason. They were skipping Phoenix, and it was so frustrating. And sometimes I'll go out to like Los Angeles to see shows if I have to. But the older I get, the less I want to do that. Like it's exhausting, either driving out there or flying. It's not an expensive flight, but still, it's just a lot of work, extra work to just go see a band. It's like, you're paying whatever, $30 to $100 a ticket, and then you got to add hundreds of dollars for travel on top of that, and it's just not reasonable sometimes. So it was so I skipped a lot of bands that went to California because I'm just not going to go, just on principle. I just skipped those shows. And it's just frustrating. Like Depeche Mode skipped Phoenix, which is it's just weird. Phoenix, population wise, is the 10th largest city in the United States, but yet, they're going to like Boise, Idaho instead of here. I don't know. I'm sure Boise's a wonder. I've never been there. I'm sure it's a lovely place, but man, I just don't understand why you wouldn't add Phoenix to your list. But like Depeche Mode didn't come here, Skinny Puppy skipped, Clan of Zymox. Uh, did I say? Yeah, I don't know. Just a lot of bands that I wanted to see just completely went around us. It's just aggravating. But anyway, this year, though, is turning out to be like insane, like careful what you wish for. Like here I am, like on Facebook pages of all these different bands bitching about how they're not coming here. And I think some of the bands read my comments because now they're all coming to Phoenix. And it's like now I have to like decide like what am I gonna see and what do I have to skip? Some of these concerts are like on the same day or the day after, and it's just like holy crap! Like I just can't believe it. So I'll just go like so. I've got tickets to see 5 shows right now for 2024, and I'm gonna be adding to it. But for right now, I have 5 sets of tickets to see shows, um, and the first one, or chronologically or whatever, the first one of the year is going to be Ween is coming finally. Like they play Red Rocks like all the time. They're always in Colorado, Stoner Paradise or whatever. So they're always playing Denver. But it's like, come on, guys. I've seen them a bunch of times, and I've seen them a few times here in Phoenix. But it's been a long time since they've been in Phoenix. So I'm really excited to see them play at the Van Buren. And my best friend who saw a lot of Ween shows with me, he's going to go, and Courtney is going to go with me. It's her first time. I've just started getting her into Ween, and she's loving it. Like she's so excited about seeing Ween in concert. So yeah, so that's the first one. That's on Valentine's Day is the Ween show. Then after that, Letitia right here, these are her 3 of her solo albums. She's got a new one coming out. She's the singer for Stereolab, my favorite band, and she's playing at the Rebel Lounge in early April. I couldn't believe it. Like, holy crap! Like, she's going to come to Phoenix because, she's kind of an obscure type of act to see. So I'm really excited. I've seen Stereolab a bunch of times. I've never seen her solo. So I'm really excited for that one too. And I've just been listening to a lot of her solo stuff to get ready for the show. The next one, as much as I complained about this band and I wanted to boycott from including them in my best of year because they weren't coming to Phoenix, Slowdive added this to their list of shows that they've been in like Europe and they've been playing all around the world, and they're coming back to the United States, and they're coming to Phoenix playing the Van Buren. So I immediately got on that and grabbed those tickets for Courtney and I. So we are very excited. Love this new album, and we'll be seeing them in concert later that same month of April. And then Adamant is the next one I'm going to go see. I think he is in, where is he, May? Yeah, May 10th. I had tickets to see him back when before the pandemic started. I had tickets to see him in 2020 and at the Orpheum Theater in downtown Phoenix. And he was supposed to do Friend or Foe, that album, and then some other hits. And obviously the show got canceled, the tour got canceled because of the pandemic. And then he's been playing shows, I think, in Europe since then, or at least in England. And now he's coming back to the States. And I think this is the very last show he's doing before the Cruel World Festival in Pasadena. I think the next night he plays a Cruel World, that festival. I'll talk about that in a second. So that's my 4th one. My 5th one, did I put it? Oh, yeah. So I'm not going to see New Order. I've seen them in concert before, but I am going to see Hooky. Peter Hook, the former bassist for New Order, he's coming to also the Van Buren. It's a really good venue, actually, in downtown Phoenix. Peter Hook and the Light are going to be playing there, and Last I heard, he was doing the songs from Joy Division's um, Joy Division's. What is that? Oh, Substance. Yeah, Joy Division's The Substance Collection, which is a collection of their various songs of theirs, hits or whatever. And then New Order's Substance. So he's going to be doing both of those, and he'll be singing and playing bass and talking a lot. I've never seen him before. I've seen New Order. I've never seen Peter Hook. And apparently he does these really great shows, very fan, he's just really there just to yuck it up with the fans and have a great time. And I don't know. I've heard it's quite an experience, and I thought, well, what the hell? I'm gonna go see Peter Hook and not miss out this time because I've been delaying and procrastinating. Oh, I'll go see him next time. Well, now he's coming, so I'm gonna go do that. So I mentioned the Cruel World Festival. These are so those are concerts I'm going to see. I'm also taking my daughter to see Melanie Martinez. That's her big Christmas present from me because those tickets were very expensive. But she's really into that artist, and she's a big time pop star. Not as big as Taylor Swift or Billie Eilish, but she's right up there, up and comer. And so I'm taking her to that. But these are some concerts that I'm thinking about or considered, and I don't know if I'm going to go or not. The first one's Cruel World Festival that I mentioned in Pasadena. This is the third year that they're doing it, and and I really like this billing. They're going to have Duran Duran, I think, as the headliner. They're going to have Interpol, which I've seen Duran Duran before, and I've seen Interpol, but it could be cool to see them again. Blondie is going to be there. I think she's been there every single one. I think this is her third time at Cruel World. So I've never seen Blondie. I'd like to see her. I know she's getting on in years, but I'd still like to see her. This is a reason why I'd really like to go. Simple Minds is going to be there. Never seen Simple Minds. And then they threw this on the poster too, plus special guests, Tones on Tail. And I'm a huge Tones on Tail fanatic. But it's the same lineup as when they did the shows as Pop Tone, when Danny and Kevin and Kevin's daughter Diva went out and performed Tones on Tail music and Love and Rockets music and a Bauhaus song. And I saw them 5 times as Pop Tone. And this iteration, the reason why they're calling it Tones on Tail and not Pop Tone is because I think that they're just going to do Tones on Tail songs, no Love and Rockets, no Bauhaus, just Tones on Tail, which is really cool. But I feel like after seeing them so many times and seeing different set lists over those 5 shows, I don't really know if I'm going to see anything different. I don't know if it's worth going out to Pasadena and dealing with the traffic and the crowds and seeing them outdoors. I don't know. I'm not this kind of music needs to be an indoor show to me, not an outdoor show. And it'll be, a shortened set list. It's not going to be like a full concert. I'm hoping that they'll go out and do some touring, since Danny lives right there in California, and I think Kevin does. I think both of them live in California, and Diva. They could go around California and do some shows. I travel to California to see them, like at a small show. I don't want to see them at a festival. It'd be really cool to see them do just Tones on Tail stuff. That'd be awesome. But then again, there were rumors that they were going to get Glenn Campling, the original bassist, and he put out like a public statement saying he's not going to be joining the band. It's just going to be the same lineup as Pop Tone. So it would be really cool, but I think I'm going to skip Cruel World. It's a lot of money, and I'd rather use that money and see like maybe 3 separate concerts than just one big festival where most of the bands I'm not even interested in seeing. Then at some point coming up, Modern English is coming to town. Not here. They're going to be playing down in Tucson, and they're playing with the Buzzcocks. I'm not really into the Buzzcocks, but I'd really like to see Modern English. Never seen them in concert. That would be worth driving down to Tucson to see, but I haven't gotten tickets yet. I'm thinking about it. Another band coming to town, Portugal the Man. I've seen them once. I'd like to see them again. Just on the fence about whether or not I'm going to see that show. Always is coming. Again, on the fence. Be interested in seeing it. I've heard that they put on a great show, that they're a lot better live than they are on the record. I've listened to this album quite a few times. I'm just not like that excited about it. But I don't know. I'm thinking about it. It's just always cool to go out and see a live shoegaze band. That's kind of awesome. Shoegaze, dream pop. These guys, well, just the guy, Greg Ginn, and his Black Flag cover band, they're going to be coming to town and doing this entire album, My War. And they're doing like 2 sets back to back. One set is My War, and the other set is just various Black Flag songs. Different singer. It's not Henry Rollins. It's not any of the band members except for Greg Ginn, the guitarist. And I'd still like go see it if it wasn't expensive, but it's like $40 for the My War set and then $40 for the other set. And I'd like to see both sets. And I don't know if I want to pay upwards of $80 or more to see Black Flag when it's really not Black Flag. It's just Greg. But I don't know. I saw Black Flag back on the Loose Nut tour back in '85. And that was perfect. That was the perfect time to see them. Henry Rollins was insane. It was a fantastic show. And I just feel like I'm just setting myself up for disappointment by going to see this show. But still, it's tempting. And then the last one, I don't have a record for. Well, actually, Ride is coming. I don't have any vinyl of Ride. Again, another really good shoegaze band that would be cool to go see. And then the Rolling Stones are coming to town. They're coming to Glendale Arena out there, or not No, I think they're coming to the where the Arizona Cardinals play in the stadium. I consider that. The nosebleed section is $93. And that's where I'd sit. I have no interest in seeing the band up close by any stretch. I'd be perfectly happy just hearing the music and just being in the very, very, very back at the very tippy top of the stadium. That's fine with me. But it's $93. And again, I could buy a bunch of records with that, or I could, spend that on other concerts, or spend it on, put it towards vacation. I don't know. It's tempting, though. It really is kind of tempting just to see the Stones. This could very well be their third to last final tour. Who knows? Might need to jump on that, but I'm still just kind of considering. If tickets were offered to me, I would absolutely go. So anyway, thanks a lot. That's what I've got so far today. Love you guys for watching. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you all later. I've got more videos to do, so I got to get busy. All right, see you. Bye.